Good morning, you guys. My name is Marissa Lee, and this is my YouTube channel. You can follow me on Instagram and TikTok. My Instagram is at Marissa M. Lee, and my TikTok is at Marissa Marley. I'm working on bringing my website back, which I'm excited about. Pretty much today I just have to make like really big purchases. Like I have to buy my website back, and I want to invest in some more email marketing. And I was just reading this book. I woke up pretty early this morning because my lover went to work, and then sometimes I'll just stay up and take a nap later, which I'm really happy about. But I was just reading Clock Without Hands, which I talked about in my last video. And I have a lot of Substack articles I want to write. I'm writing. I love writing. I'm just trying to figure out what my best schedule is. Definitely in the morning. Writing in the morning always feels so good. The same with like meditating, working out, kind of like doing anything feels really good in the morning. But I just finished heating up my hot water for my coffee, and I'm heating up this stew. I made a lentil stew, or a lentil soup first. And I added like a whole bunch of garlic with the lentils, and I kept it like really simple. And then I cut up these little pieces of pork. And it was kind of fun because when I went to Smart and Final, pretty much I kind of was looking at all the meat and was seeing like what was the most affordable and like looked good. And he has like these pork rib pieces. So I ended up cutting up, I had one pack that I cut up and put into the soup, and now it's more like a stew, which I'm like really excited about because I put potatoes and tomatoes into it. But I'm gonna make my coffee while I talk to you guys. And by the way, I recommend having me on in the background, and if this video just randomly plays, just like keep doing your thing while I talk to you about life and what's going on. And today for my show and tell, I think I want to read some poetry to you guys in the early morning, because good morning, it's the morning. So I have these 3 poetry books that I always kind of go back to, and they're always like really comforting. I really want to buy, I think his name is Pablo. He has a really good poetry book that I've been meaning to buy. And these have been gifted to me from friends, family, and one of them I got myself. I think this first one I found at a thrift store. It's called Milk and Honey by Ruby. I also have this other really old book that's full of all these quotes, and it's categorized by theme, which I love. And then this one is new that my friend just gave to me when I went to New York. It's called Homebody, which I really love because as I grow in life and I'm 30, I love just admitting to myself that I'm a homebody and everyone else. And especially as I travel for my tattoo guest spots, which are big in itself, I keep myself rested for when I travel for those days, and I don't have to do a lot in between because those days are meant for being out, and while I'm home in LA is meant for working and being at home. And this last one is called Love and Misadventure. This one I've had the longest, and it's so cute. It's really so cute. Well, I really love the little portrait on the front. But I'll try to read like some quick ones. And let's see. Let's read this one. It's called An Impossible Task. It says, to try or untry, to forget you not, may be related somewhat. To tying, then trying, to untie a complicated knot. I just love how it's so simple. And it's so relatable at the same time. And this one's called Homebody. Let's see. I probably saved one. Okay, this one doesn't have a title, but it says, I will never be quiet about the way my people resisted so I could be free. For anyone that knows about their heritage and can relate to that, it sounds very powerful. And the last one that I'll read You were temptingly beautiful but stung when I got close. Wow. I'm pretty sure anyone can relate to that if you've been honest to yourself about loving someone or liking someone. But now I'm going to make my little coffee and talk to you guys still. I'm getting pretty nervous with my guest spot coming up in New Orleans because I have one appointment, and typically when I travel to new places, having one appointment is a blessing. But of course, I want to have 2 or 3 total. And of course, I want to have 10 clients a month total. But I still am just starting my 3rd year of tattooing. And I know that it takes up to 10 years to be completely busy and financially stable in this career, and 20 years to even call myself a tattoo artist or an experienced tattoo artist. So I remind myself to be patient about my journey, and I'm happy that I'm able to talk to you guys about it and remind myself to stay calm, and that it sort of is still the first stage of being in this career, but I'm happy about it. I'm excited. I just finished a flash sheet for another studio that I'll be guesting at, which will be my final big travel tattoo guest spot, but I also get to see family, so I'm seeing these trips more as like a way of traveling for myself, and with that I see it in a new light because I'm like, oh wow, I'm choosing to travel to these places. What does that tell me about myself? And with New Orleans, my favorite food probably ever right now is this fried chicken restaurant called Willie Mays, and that's my favorite restaurant. So I'm kind of telling myself that this is a way to treat myself, even though I have one appointment. And I get to go look at like the bookstore I really like there because I bought this book called The Woman Who Ran with Wolves, which was really transformational in my life, and I bought it from there. And I want to spend time going to find other bookstores walking along the river, going to eat oysters if I can somewhere, going to coffee shops and drawing, which I love to do. I don't do that as much in my everyday life anymore, but I'm happy that I get to go on a trip and do that. I want to eat at this Cuban restaurant that I used to go to with my family because we found it in the last trip, and I remember we went multiple times. And I just want to enjoy the Airbnb because it is really cute. I want to film more of these videos while I'm there, even though it's not technically, it won't be in my kitchen. I can still do some sort of video log while I'm there. And I'm debating if I want to go travel kind of outside of where I am. I know it's going to be really hot, so I don't really know how much walking I could do, so I'd have to get an Uber, which I don't really want to pay for, but I do want to explore some sort of new area, and I'm getting really tempted to make an itinerary for myself, which I haven't really done, which kind of shows me that I am like pretty excited for the trip. I think the last time I made an itinerary was when I went to New York several years ago, and I used to make an itinerary with one of my closest friends, which was really fun because we would get everything done on the itinerary, and she would also be realistic with me with, no, we practically got everything done, which is cool. So I could spend some time doing that. I think that'll be good, even just to like reflect more on the trip and my intentions. I am getting a little scared because the Airbnb could be a little haunted because I know everything in New Orleans has like a spooky vibe. But I do believe if ghosts are around, they're the friendly ones. That's why they're around. And if they're not, I don't believe in like ghosts being like stuck in this dimension. And if they're stuck, they're like friendly because they're all interacting with us, just like as humans, but then they're ghosts. But that's a little bit of some ghost story things. But yeah, I feel like the Airbnb I'm in might be a little haunted. But oh, and another thing I want to do is like listen to music because I miss listening to music so much, even though I live in LA and music is so prominent here. It's not like relaxing to go out to, but in New Orleans it's so easy. I think there's like a jazz club right across the street from where I'm living, so I'm excited even to just be like, if every night I could go to walk across the street to that one and listen to music. So that's something else I'm really excited about. And maybe even finding some little outdoor area that I really enjoy drawing in. I remember last time I went to Chicago, I found this coffee shop that was near my studio that I had never been to before, but the coffee was really good, and I really liked that it was under the train, even though it's like really loud. It just gave me those New York vibes that I'm always like fantasizing about. And I'm excited because I just found out that I was on a wait list for the ceramics class at my local library, and I'm really excited because I get to go to my first class next Monday, and it's about 3 hours, and it starts at 3, which is like a really good time so that I can like actually remember to go. But I really want to make a little shelf next to my sink to hold all my things, so I hope I can make that. I really want to make like my iPad holder for when I watch movies. And I really want to make a frame for a mirror that I have so I can finally put that up in my bathroom. Right now I have no mirror in my bathroom. And the mirror I have is kind of just like being held up with my sink faucet, so it'd be really nice to have a mirror. And I saw this other girl, she like did these, she carved a stamp and then was stamping her wall with it, and that sounds like something I really want to do. Oh, something else I also really want to make in my ceramics class are tiles, and I just dream of like tiling my whole kitchen, or at least like 3 feet of it, 3 feet high. And I think my outside area of my apartment is like starting to feel better too, because I put some chairs outside and I really want to make it be like a cafe vibe. And I really want to plan a book swap with coffee. But I want to have like barista friends making the coffee, and everyone like tries to invite some of their own friends. And I would say probably if like 3 to 4 of us are hosting, and then we get at least like 3 to 4 people to come from our friends, then that would pretty much fill up my whole apartment, and that'd be like super cute to do. So that's something, I wrote it down in my notebook. I've been wanting to put an event together for a while, and I think it would also like be cute that like people can like draw, do the book swap, junk journal if they want, and also like tattoos too that would have to be incorporated somehow, or maybe even just doing like that event for now and seeing how that goes. But I think that's just so perfect, because those hobbies and those people that it would attract are also people that I want to meet and tattoo, like you guys. So I think that'd just be a perfect mix of everything. But I'm gonna make my coffee before this video ends. Right now I'm drinking this coffee, and it's actually like really good. I used to drink the Cafe Bustelo one, but I just take a spoon. I get excited with how many spoons, like in the beginning when I started drinking instant coffee, and want to do 2 spoons because it's just fun to scoop out the coffee that much, but you really only need 1 spoon. And this is my little cup. I love the little plants on it. I think the next video will be me talking about all my ceramics and dishes, because all my dishes are cute. And then I have this is my teapot. I just love the spout. Then I fill it up practically to the top, because I don't mind if it's a little watery, because the coffee is strong. And then this is where I have my sugar. And my video is coming to an end. I want to say thank you for